But we did get an answer because we already know Ole Miss is not having a spring game. Jeff Lebby was asked about it, and he said,
well, let's phrase the question here. That was asked. It was, wanted his thoughts. Some people are canceling these games. Some people are having them. What are your thoughts? And Lebby was, I thought, very honest and forthright when he said, we need to play. We need to practice. We need as many reps. We need as many game situations as we can possibly get. And so for that reason, Mississippi State will have a full-on spring game.
All right.
On April the 19th in Davis Wade Stadium. And I agree wholeheartedly with the head coach's assessment there.
I do appreciate an honest football coach because we don't get enough of them. But for him to just be like, yeah, my team needs another practice. If we're going to do that, we need to play. Any word on, open to fans, of course, and all that.
Yeah.
So that's cool. I'm looking forward to watching that. I am one of those people. I said this on here, and especially on the podcast, that I understand why teams are getting away from doing spring games. And I even praised Ole Miss for, if you're going to cancel a spring game, have a fan day.
Yeah.
So I liked that they chose that in lieu of a spring game. But you're a football guy. I'm a football guy. I like spring games. I know that they're meaningless or whatever, and the coaches are afraid of getting tampered with. But it was nice growing up and as a student in college to go to the stadium one more time. You get 7 home games. Ole Miss fans, you get 8 this year. But you get 7 times a year you get to go in the stadium for something. And so at the end of April, it's probably going to be a beautiful day. Mm-hmm. It was really nice to go to the stadium and watch guys play football.
Yeah.
And you pull up the roster on your phone and check out the new players. And spring games are nice, and they have value.
With the college setup now that you go to the football game and then you go over to the baseball stadium, you make a full day out of it, and it's not so terribly expensive. But from a football perspective, Lebby makes total sense, right? His team went 2-10 last year. They need to practice. They need to be in game situations. They need to do as much as they possibly can and get as many reps as they possibly can in as many situations as they possibly can. They have to be better in 2025. And cutting out a day of practice, which is what that is. At the end of the day, a spring game, it's a day of practice. It counts against the NCAA mandated number of practices you're allowed to have. There's no need to give up a day of practice for a fan day or a hot dog eating contest when you went 2-10 the year before. You need to practice. You need to get that out there. I agree with you.